Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Today we have Ancient Age, introduced in 1946. Not the original recipe, 80 proof, versus Jack Daniel's No. 7, distillery founded 1866. Also not the original recipe for this Jack Daniel's green label, the No. 7, not old No. 7, No. 7. The green labels used to say old No. 7, but I guess they changed the name to differentiate it. It's if you set the labels side by side, they're totally different. Different lettering, different pictures, different, pretty much everything. Not the original recipe. A famous whiskey versus not really famous whiskey. This Jack Daniel's is 1 liter, this bottle. The Ancient Age is the standard 750 milliliters. All right, we'll try to set up any kind of chat, see if it works. Got a late start, couldn't help it. Wasn't much I could do about it. Was trying to start it right at 5:30, but that didn't work out. Got the labels on the bottom of the glasses. It's going to be a blind taste test. What do I think is going to happen? I think I will be able to tell them apart, but I'm not quite sure. I think the Ancient Age is going to have more of a corn thing going. All right. All right, let's go ahead. Sure. Yeah, JD. Okay. Got a lot of this green label left. Now look how much. Look how many taste challenges I can do. Another 30. Got a pretty good amount of Ancient Age left, like most of the bottle. I can do a lot more taste challenges with this stuff. So that will be the intention. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if chat's going to come up or not. Might have to redo that. Let's try that again. Try it again. Well, the appearance is the same. Golden amber. No difference there. Ancient Age is produced by Sazerac Company. You know, they produce Fireball. You've probably seen Fireball, whiskey, all of that stuff. Taka vodka, Pappy Van Winkle, bourbons. Jack Daniel's owned by Brown-Forman, a very old company from the 1800s. I think Brown-Forman bought Jack Daniel's, the Jack Daniel's in what, 1956? They've been owning them for a long time. Okay. When I did solo reviews of these two bourbons. They were fine. Well, you say Tennessee whiskey for Jack Daniels. Okay, we'll call it Tennessee whiskey. But these two bourbons, they were both good. But now I've never done a side by side with them, so I can't tell which is which. I've mixed them up good enough. Give it another little mix. Okay. Well, of course, it's just got the standard whiskey smell, which you would expect. Okay, no shock, but get some dried flowers. Maybe a little char from the burp, from the charred white oak. I don't. It could have caramel and vanilla, but it's very subtle on that end. It's really just what I described, mainly the whiskey's aroma. Some of that char and especially the dried flowers. Let's one more little sniffy sniff. Yeah. Okay. Next one, which whatever one it is. More of a corn aroma. Yes. Whiskey smell, yes, but more corn. Some oak, not so much dried flowers, not so much sweetness. Wood, though. Which one smells better? Well, they both smell nice, but let's see. Tie. Both smell fine. 2 viewers, okay. All right, taste time. Now, what's coming up after this? I plan to do the ancient age versus Old Crow next. Yeah, ancient age versus the modern Old Crow. The Old Crow that's been on the market for the last 30 years. John and Neil says, good morning, Ron. Good morning, John. Thanks for joining us last night. Okay. There's a lot more caramel and sweetness and sugariness in the flavor than the aroma. Still, you get that nectar, like the flower, the nectar thing, like from a honeysuckle. Some underlying corn, not a whole lot of corn, but all right. Oh, there's a lot of corn in this taste. It's making my mouth water, not in a good way, like you just so hungry for food. It's something about the burn and the sting in the mouth, and the corn it's like makes you drool. I don't know about this one. Now, I was at a store yesterday and they had ancient age for $10.99. And do you know a 1 liter bottle of this Jack Daniels is going to be about $24.99 for the green label? Maybe higher. Maybe it's closer to 30. Probably $22.99 for the 750. Okay, so we're talking about at least $10 more a bottle. Now, if one is $10 more expensive, it better be way better in the taste. Otherwise, I'm going to be angry that I paid $10 more for almost no difference in return if the return was as good. Now, see, the ancient age 2 days ago was not able to compete with the Jack Daniels Black Label, the old number 7. But that was 2 days ago. Ancient age versus Old Crow should be interesting. I've had both, and that will be a good challenge. I think they both have similar tastes. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that, yes, I think it'll be an interesting challenge. I don't know about the similar taste. They're probably within the same realm. Um, oh, lots of wood, 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 wood. You like wood? It ought to have a woody taste. It's been in a barrel for 3 years. I think that's the ancient age, perhaps. Their age, it's aged exactly 3 years. Talking about the, not the, now how old is the 90 proof? I don't really know because I didn't examine the label carefully enough in Kentucky. The 10 star is aged 6 years. Jack Daniels is aged a minimum of 4 years, but perhaps longer. It depends on how they're tasting it. They don't age it an exact amount of time, just a general amount of time. This one to the right seems a little richer. But they said it's younger, the green label, and it's in a different part of the barrel house. The part that's the not the optimum part. More in the middle and lower. Lower and in the middle. In other words, the cooler part of the barrel house. And they said the best whiskey is derived from the extreme heat on the 7th floor, the top of the warehouse. Because the warehouse is not heated or cooled, it's just natural temperature. Whatever the temperature outside is going to affect the barrels. That's why they do all the mingling, as they call it, the blending, we call it. Okay, so Jack Daniels is a blended whiskey because they might take 30 different barrels. Oh, could it be 80 different barrels and blend them together to get the quintessential Jack Daniels flavor, okay? Now, when you get a single barrel, Jack Daniels single barrel, they're just taking a single barrel at random. They're bottling it, putting the date, the barrel number, blah, 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 and you're paying a lot extra. Now, is it different than the regular Jack Daniels? No, it is not. It's just not mingled. It's not blended. May not be as good, but it's probably going to be better because they're going to probably test different barrels and they're going to pull ones that have a better flavor. Obviously, you would imagine they would do that for the single barrel. And you can actually buy your own single barrel. You can buy one. You can contact Jack Daniels, say, I'd like to buy a barrel of Jack Daniels. Okay, that's that'll be $1,400. I think the man said something like that. $1,400. It'll last you a long time. Okay, or you can have a single barrel. Yeah, you can have it. You can get it. Okay, now ancient age, I do not believe that would be the case. So when you're at the cooler temperatures, it doesn't develop as well. They said the whiskey, the heat helps it. Now beer, when you're aging beer, you want it lagered, right? They lager it. That lagers the regular beer. They put them in a cold room. A cave maybe even, or a cold air-conditioned, very cold room for lager. Now ale is aged at higher temperatures. That's why you get a lot rougher, or you could say a dirtier taste. That's why some people don't like ales. Whatever, you know, we're not going to get into that big controversy. Although why that should be a controversy, I do not know. You just drink what you like. This one seems a little simpler. This one seems a little richer. Well, whew, that was a big wood injection there. Ooh, wood. Lots of wood flavor. I do think I prefer this one, though, on the left because it's, or maybe you're right, it's a little milder, a little more pleasant, a little easier going. Hey, well, I got to call them like I see them. There's so much spice. Yeah, these whiskeys, these bourbon whiskeys have so much spice. It makes you, it's almost like peppery. And yeah, that's coming from the rye. Oh, wow. Which is which? So now you see, I'm having trouble figuring out which is which, and I'm having trouble figuring out which one is better. So why would I pay $13 more for something that is perhaps not any better? And if it is better, it's only marginally better. Guess what? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't pay more. You might, I wouldn't. Why? So I could say, look what I've got. I got a name. I don't pay for names. You might, I don't. I pay for what's in the bottle. I think this is Ancient Age. It kind of has that, look at those alcohol eggs. Wow. It kind of has that Sazerac house style. I'm starting to pick up a Sazerac house style. Something like the yeast they use. It gives it a unique profile, much like Miller and Anheuser-Busch beers will have a similarity. Yeah, it is Ancient Age. I got it. I did it. And this is Jack Daniels. Which one's better? Well, see now, I don't know. That Jack Daniels is kind of harsh. It's kind of rough. Ancient Age is kind of smoother. It's smoother and it's more pleasant. Now your counter argument might be, yeah, but you're just not into like more elaborate flavors and you can't handle it. You can't handle it. I can handle it. I'm drinking it, ain't I? But I see your point. No, but let's just say I couldn't handle it. Let's just say it was too harsh and strong and elaborate for me. Well, then, okay, I will pick Ancient Age. I don't see anything wrong with Ancient Age. Is it the best bourbon in the world? Couldn't tell you because I probably have never had the best bourbon in the world. And with the little sampling I've had over the last 2 years, I am certainly not the person to ask. Tastes fine by me. Tastes good. I mean, I like it. Hey, hey. Hey, you know what? If you're looking for a good bourbon whiskey and you don't want to pay a lot, Ancient Age might be the way to go. And if you want some more power, you want more power in your drinking experience, get the Ancient Age 90 proof, if you can get it. Now, I only saw it in Kentucky, so maybe it's only there. I don't know. If you want the Jack Daniels Green Label, you probably can't get it anyway. I think it's only sold in 5 states, but that may not be accurate. Because some people are telling me they live in states outside of that 5-state list and they can get it. But it's not too widespread, okay? But if you happen to see the Green Label, yeah, I'd buy it just to say you had it, and check it out. John and Neil said, I don't particularly care for JD Black Label because I find it is harsh. Yeah. It's a little harsh. I like it, though. I mean, I like it. I'm not going to sit here and cry and make a baby cry video. I do like it. But I'm saying compared to the Ancient Age is more for me. I know back in the 1972 Rolling Stones tour, what was the name of that album, that double album? Exile on Main Street. Just like every photo you see, they got Jack Daniels in their hand, on the piano, somewhere in the room. Obviously, product placement, right? They weren't doing that for free. Well, I don't care. And that was the old Jack Daniels, the 90 proof, back in the days when it was really strong. And yeah, it's kind of rough, but look, the Rolling Stones are kind of rough, right? So that image of that kind of rough Jack Daniels fits the image of the Rolling Stones, does it not? So it was a perfect match. A corporate entity, Brown-Forman, teaming up with a corporate entity, the Rolling Stones, Abco Records, Alan B. Klein Records, Abco, and making a deal. I know that if you look at old Fleetwood Mac videos from the early 80s, everything is Budweiser. Drinking Budweiser while he's playing drums. Coincidence or paid endorsement? I don't know. Ask them. They wouldn't tell you anyway. Van Halen. You look at the early Van Halen photos from 1978 to 81. Everything they're doing is with Schlitz malt liquor, Blue Bull. The original Schlitz, well, at that time, that's all they had, Schlitz malt liquor. Was it just a beer they liked? Perhaps. Probably. Or were they being paid to make sure they were always seen drinking Schlitz malt liquor? probably the second choice. They were paid. Does that bother me? I don't care, really. It doesn't bother me. Why would I care about that? But there's rules today, U.S. government rules, you know, because we have this regulatory regime under which we live, that you have to disclose if it's a paid endorsement. And so now there's this big push that all the celebrities, they have to tell, oh, I'm wearing this T-shirt and I was given the T-shirt by the company. Because they're always taking photos, you know, of these stars, these singers or actors or actresses, and they're always wearing some branded outfit, branded cap, branded ring. Everything is branded, right? It's not just rent, and they're making sure you see it. So they were pointing out, oh, these people are paid to do it. Yeah, that's right. They're paid to do it, like 10 stars. They're not going to wear your stuff without the money. Look at old Little Rascals videos, our gang from the late 1920s to the 1930s. There's numerous episodes where they're doing a gag with hot sauce. Which hot sauce? Always Tabasco. Why is that? Because McElhenney paid him to do it. Actually, McElhenney, they admit that if you go on their tour, apparently they say, yeah, we paid that company, Hal Roach Studios, to make sure that Tabasco was included in those gags. And they always made sure they showed the label prominently. Oh, well, this is a taste challenge, not a video about philosophical discussions of product placement. Although that's interesting, maybe more interesting than the taste challenge. So this may be shocking, but I have to call a winner, and the winner is Ancient Age, as crazy as that sounds. Doesn't win by a lot. Now, that's funny, though, because remember, 2 days ago, Jack Daniel's Black Label beat Ancient Age, but today Ancient Age beat the Green Label. So I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't tell you. I don't know. But Jack Daniel's has not been crushing the competition in these tournaments, this huge tournament. You might have noticed that. Sometimes it wins. Oftentimes it does not. People are on the internet all like, you know, JD, yeah, baby, it's the thing, man. Yeah, but, you know, if it's the thing and if it's yeehaw and woohoo, and why is it not crushing all the competition, right? It's holding its own, but it's not marching. It's not dominating at all. So that might tell you something, right? But that's only me doing the taste challenge. If we had 10 other people and they were doing their own rounds in a big tournament, and we were bringing it down toward finalists, that might mean more. You see, one person doesn't mean a whole lot. Are other people going to join this tournament? I would doubt that. I wouldn't oppose it. All right. So you can see the sun has risen. The sky is mostly clear. It won't stay clear. Got rain coming. Typical summertime. Try to cut the grass today. Got it edged already. So whenever the next taste challenge comes, perhaps Saturday in 2 days, that would be very nice. Old Crow versus Ancient Age, and there you got an identical price point. $10.99, a $10.99 bourbon from Kentucky, Beam Suntory, versus a $10.99 bourbon from Kentucky, Sazerac. So that should be interesting, I think. Oh well. That's the end of it. John and Neil says JD doesn't have a very good track record in these challenges. Yeah, if you've been keeping score, they're barely hanging on in the contest. They're close to being kicked out of the tournament. Now, is that a good sign? I told you 3 strikes, they're out. What does the Black Label have now? 2 strikes? The green label has 1 strike now. So this is their first loss. There's been some ties, right? Oh, man. That is something to think about. Oh, well. All right. Thank you for watching this video production. Take care. You take care.